Okay, so we have met here. I'm with Doug Zwettler, one of the owners of Colorado Crossroad Investments.
Right.
And Doug recently closed on a property that had been a rental. And so Doug has agreed to sit down with me and talk about my services and give a little bit of input on how that went. So.
Okay, no problem. Joanne, first of all, thanks for having me. You've been a joy to work with. This has been a very long process. I own several properties. Long story short, I had a house in Aurora. Now this goes back over a year ago. And so thank God I could survive this real estate market from 07, 08, 09, that tough era. So I was able to move on from my renters, decided the house has some value in it. So I decided I want to go ahead and list it. And so I went on the internet looking for a realtor and discovered Joanne. And so met her at a coffee shop out there in Inverness off I-25, and we agreed to work together. So what happened was I made a huge mistake with a contractor. I had a faulty, crooked contractor, could never get the house fixed up the way I wanted it. And so meanwhile, making payment after payment, and Joanne was nice enough to endure the process with me. And so we're trying to speed it up. Meanwhile, I had to move on and find somebody else to fix the house. And finally we got to that point. And so here we are, the spring of 2016. And the thing that was a good value with Joanne was she could point out what we needed for updates in the house, such as color schemes, what we need to do to create a better value with the kitchen, the bath. And so that was good advice. And the other thing that was real easy to get caught up in was trying to get a higher value because our market's so strong, because some sellers were overpricing their house. And that's the last thing of course I would like to have that, but I also want to move on and get this house sold. And so at the very end, we finally got to closing here this month, April of 2016. And the thing that I really appreciated from Joanne was she was spot on giving the right value for the house, not trying to be greedy with me. And it sold quickly, and it was a very good experience. And so I moved on from this house. That was in Aurora, Colorado.
We did. We got it closed, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yes,
Long
we did.
road, but we had some issues with the lien to deal with, and worked together with the title company. So
that was another thing. That was one issue. A sticking point for us was there was a lien on the house from the crooked contractor, but we got through that. But we also had to have a buyer who was willing to sit and wait with us through this process, because not everybody was going to do that. And Joanne found another realtor buyer that was willing to do that. And they were patient with it. Joanne, you were patient because you had a lot of time invested with me on one sale, and it goes back over a year, and it was a joy, and I appreciate everything you did. And we moved on from it, and I did fine with the house. I made a nice little profit on it, thanks to a good market, and I'm grateful for it. So,
well, I appreciate you taking your time today. I know you're busy, and helping me in my business so that I can move forward and help other people, just like I did with you. And hopefully we'll be working together again. So.
Yeah, the other thing I just want to say is if you're looking for a realtor and you're not sure who to work with, Joanne was a pleasure to work with, did her due diligence, didn't misrepresent herself or the company. And so if you're looking for a realtor, there's nothing wrong working with Joanne Toledo.
All right, well, thank you, Doug.
All right, Joanne.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We had one bathroom visit.
Do you want to play